Turning now to the latest on the ongoing conflict overseas between Israel and Hamas. Israeli leaders are promising a complete siege on Gaza after Hamas launched a surprise attack from Gaza. That attack Saturday left 600 people dead, among them 9 Americans. Israel responded by declaring war yesterday. In addition to hundreds of attacks, Israel has cut off all food and supplies to Gaza. The U.S. is offering its full support to Israel while addressing the intelligence failures that led to the attack by Hamas.
They will have to go back and look at what did they miss? Was there complacency involved? It was a holiday weekend where people thinking more about going to parties and celebrations than they were about the threat.
Saturday's attack happened on the 50th anniversary of Yom Kippur War. Israel's prime minister warns that the war with Hamas could be long and difficult.
Well, watching the situation closely are members of Northeast Ohio's Jewish and Palestinian communities.
News 5's John Kosick joins us live in Beechwood tonight, where members of the community are gathering in support of Israel. John.
Yeah, the event here at the Jewish Federation of Cleveland set to get underway any minute now. The first of many that will be taking place across the region, across the country, across the world, as the Jewish community comes to grips with the horrors playing out in their homeland.
These are terrorists. This is our 9/11.
Rami Feinstein is watching the situation in the Middle East closely. He moved to Akron last year from Israel with his family to serve as the Israeli emissary for Jewish Akron. His family that is still back home is safe, but he cannot say that for all of his friends.
Everybody in Israel knows somebody that has been either murdered or kidnapped or in the hospital.
Like everyone, he says he's disgusted by what he's seen unfold since Saturday, and he says no matter where you fit in the political spectrum, all Americans should be as well.
If you are a human being caring about other human beings, you should be supporting Israel right now. No hesitation, no but, no it's complicated. Supporting Israel. There is one side.
This is just senseless.
Steve Sosby, though, says there's more to the other side. He's the president and founder of the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which for more than 30 years has provided humanitarian medical relief to children in the Middle East.
We have 2 American doctors currently in the Gaza Strip who are trying to get out. They were there on humanitarian missions, a pediatrician and a prosthetic orthotic specialist. Both of them are safe currently, as much as one can be safe in Gaza.
They are there helping children, and that's where his concerns lie.
Gaza's 50% children. Half the population of Gaza, 2.1 million people, are children. They are caught in the middle of this. They're not politicians. They're not adults to make decisions. They were born into this area and are the ones who are suffering.
Sosby hopes this can be resolved politically. Feinstein doesn't see how that's possible.
If you understand what really happened here, this thing cannot end peacefully tomorrow. Israel has to retaliate. Israel has to defend itself. Israel has to make sure that this does not happen again.
And again, here live at the Jewish Federation of Cleveland, the event was set to get underway at 5 o'clock, delayed a few minutes simply because of the size of the crowd that is coming in. People are parking blocks away and literally making themselves here to this event, kind of reminiscent of what we saw in the early days of the Ukrainian war, as the people of the community want to come out and show their support. Reporting live in Beechwood, John Kosick, News 5.
Quite the outpouring, John. Thank you so much for that story.